Hello friends, this is the third time I've filmed this video, so let's go. Besides watching anime and reading manga, another part of Japanese culture or pop culture that I really like is J-dramas. I've been watching dramas for so many years now, and I've watched a ton of really good ones. They are a little bit difficult to find, but I think slowly recently there have been a few that have been made available to the world outside of Japan. Today I thought that I would go over my top 5 Japanese TV shows on Netflix that are not anime. There are 4 dramas and there was 1 documentary show, and you will see what it is at the end. I haven't watched everything on Netflix, so if you find something that's kind of in line with what I'm going to talk about, please let me know, because maybe I haven't watched it yet. Anyway, let's go. So the first one that I want to talk about is Atelier. I think that's how you say this. In Japanese it's actually called Underwear, but I feel like calling a show Underwear in English is a little bit weird and might give you the wrong idea about the show. This show is super fun. I actually had to give it a second chance. The first time I watched maybe about half of the first episode, fell asleep and didn't go back to it. I wasn't really feeling it, but I definitely needed to get to the end of the first episode and maybe like a few episodes in to like really get into it. This is a show about a girl named Mayuko who is like obsessed with textiles, and she gets her first job right out of college, and that job is working for a small like boutique that makes custom-made lingerie. This drama is all about Mayuko kind of learning about the fashion industry, and then also like about herself, like becoming more comfortable in her body, finding out what she likes, and then finding about like how businesses are run and the importance of like a small custom-made business versus like a big corporation type of thing. Her main struggle seems to be with the brand and the shop's older owner, and they're kind of like butting heads throughout the show because they have like differing philosophies on stuff, so that's really interesting. I had a really good time with this drama. Mayuko is a really good character, and I really loved seeing her like growth throughout the show. Characters are really good in this. There is a little bit of romance in it that involves Sakurada Dori's character, and if you know anything about that actor and the types of roles he seems to play, you know how that turns out. This drama has like it all. It has like passion for design, it has betrayal, it has like business dealings. It's really good. Another thing that I really like about this drama is kind of like the conversation it has about like small businesses and like custom made products versus like big box stores or like bigger companies, and I feel like that's a conversation that is like really big right now. A lot of people are talking about the value of small businesses, and so this really shows you like the longevity and the value of small custom-made items, especially for something like as like intimate and personal as lingerie. So I really definitely think you should check out Atelier. Number 2 is Erased. So Erased is based off of the manga. I can't remember the name in Japanese. I have to look it up now. It's called, in Japanese it's Boku Dake ga Inai Machi. So the anime for this is really popular, and I believe the manga is also. There are a few adaptations of this. So there's the manga, which is the original, and then there was the anime adaptation, then there's a live action film, and then there's this drama. I have only experienced this story through the live action drama. I haven't seen any other versions from this, but from like my research about this and just finding a little bit more about this show, it seems like this live action drama is the most accurate adaptation. Apparently the movie and the anime kind of deviate from the original story a little bit, or like wildly, but this like drama is like super accurate, like to the T, apparently. So what is Erased about? So Erased is about this kid named Satoru, and he basically has this like ability where if something like tragic happens to him, or life-threatening happens in front of him, he gains the ability to like go back in time and prevent, like try to prevent that. So this show starts out with him finding out that his mother has been murdered, and so he is given the ability to go back in time, and he goes all the way back to his childhood in order to prevent the murder of his mother and also the murder of 3 of his childhood friends. So that is where this drama starts, and it is so good. It's kind of like a murder mystery thriller type of thing, and it is amazing. Like, it's 12 episodes and I watched them all in the same day because I was just riveted. I needed to know what happened in this story because it was so good. The young actor who plays like the young version of Satoru is amazing, so talented, so good. Like, you will not regret watching this because it is so good. Definitely want to say probably some trigger warnings for things like, you know, murder, and then like kidnapping, child abuse. So just be aware when you go into this for that. But I really enjoyed this drama. It was so good. Like, I need to watch it again. Number 3 is Blazing Transfer Students, and I may be a little bit biased on this one, and you'll find out in a minute. Blazing Transfer Students is a completely insane, off-the-wall, ridiculous drama that if you need to have a good time, turn this on. So this is technically a sequel to an older manga called Blazing Transfer Student. I think it's from the 80s. I don't think there's an English translation for it. I don't really think you need to be familiar with the manga. There were a few things I was a little bit confused on in it, but I just chalked that up to it being just weird. And it didn't really prevent anything. So it's kind of a sequel of sorts to that. This is about 7 students that transfer to a new school. All of these 7 students have the name Kakeru, and right away you get into it and it is insane. Like, you don't know what's happening, and if you just want something that is like crazy ridiculous, then definitely watch this. So these students transfer to the school and they are tasked with like improving the school, like its image and the school in general, and there's like a reason for this, but they do things like they go to other schools like undercover, they do stuff within the school, and it's all like crazy hijinks. There is a little bit something that is like viral about this show. There's like a gif that goes around with a guy like jumping into a river over a love letter, and people are like, oh, this man has respect women juice. That's where this is from. The thing that I am biased about this drama for is that the 7 main characters are played by the Japanese idol group Johnny's West, who is a group that I have followed for a very long time. I've been a fan of these guys since they were like juniors or like trainees. Like, I saw them in concert like as trainees, so I'm a little bit biased that way, but I really do think that it is a like really good drama, and just something where if you want to watch something that is ridiculous and super fun, then you should watch it. I did read some stuff about it. I was kind of researching, trying to find some more stuff about like the whatever it's based on, and there was an article that said that it really captures the spirit of the original manga, so that is good. But yeah, it's super weird and great, and just a really good time. All of Johnny's West are all super talented. They're like from the Osaka Kansai area, so they all have like really stereotypical like big comedy personalities, and they're just like a joy to watch. Number 4 is Switched. So before I say anything about Switched, I do need to let you know that there are major trigger warnings for suicide, especially suicide by like falling or jumping. So if that is something that you cannot handle, please do not watch this drama, because it is a very integral part of the plot and it happens a lot. Just to warn you about that. But if that is something that you are okay with watching, then I really recommend this drama. I think it is like the best Japanese drama that is on Netflix. I wanted to clarify something with the trigger warning for this drama. I rewatched the series right after making this video and forgot a big thing. So there is a video that is shown in the series, or within the context of the show, of someone dying by suicide. It's pretty graphic, TBQH. So and it was a little bit shocking when I watched it, and the amount of times that they show it I feel like was a little bit excessive. So please take that any way you want, I guess. If you can handle watching something like that, then go ahead and watch this drama. But if that is something that you do not want to watch, then it might not be the greatest show for you to watch. Switched starts out with this high schooler named Umine, and she jumps off a building to kill herself, and another girl from her high school, Ayumi, sees her. Once she sees this, she passes out. When Ayumi wakes up, she finds out she is in Umine's body and Umine is in Ayumi's body. So it is a body switching drama, but it is really, really good. It's all about kind of understanding each other's circumstances. There are a few other things in here, like dealing with depression, anxiety, child abuse, so a little bit more trigger warnings for that. But it's really about like high schoolers and kind of like the very real things that they go through. And then there's this body switching plot in between. The body switching thing is really so that other characters can kind of understand where everybody is coming from, and kind of like get over some of their differences that way. Also, this drama stars two guys from Johnny's West. Also, it stars Shigeoka Daiki and Kamiyama Tomohiro. There's that. But also Shigeoka Daiki like shines in this drama. He plays this character Kaga, who is just like a beacon of light and hope. His smile just like lights up the room, and it is so good. Like, just watch it for like Shigeoka's like amazing acting. It's so good. I had such a good time watching this drama, like despite its like heavy topics. It's just like really good and really, really well done. I really need to like watch this again because I had such a good time watching it. And number 5 is not a drama but a documentary, and it's probably the reason that I made this video, because I just really want to talk about it. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is a documentary series, and it is called Ride on Time. And you heard that right, it is Ride on Time. So this is a documentary series that it focuses on various idol groups in Japan. And so all of the idol groups are from Johnny's and Associates, or like Johnny's Entertainment. They are the agency that produces like kind of like the most popular, biggest idol groups in Japan. They've been around for a very long time, since like the 60s, and produced really famous groups like Arashi and SMAP, Kinky Kids, News, KAT-TUN, Kanzani 8, those sorts of groups. So like Johnny's is like my thing. They are the idol groups that I am super into. I don't talk about it too much on YouTube because it's super niche, but I feel like I'm just gonna talk about it a little bit more. You'll see more about Johnny's on here, maybe maybe like this, I don't know. The thing about Johnny's is that they are very, I don't want to use the word exclusive. Until very recently, they didn't really have much of an online presence. There are a few groups that have like a dedicated YouTube channel. They have a YouTube channel for their juniors and like trainees. A few of the groups have, like newer groups have like Instagrams, and then like Arashi has their stuff on Spotify, but they're like the only ones who have streaming music. So you can't really like stream their music anywhere, unfortunately, which is a tragedy, but maybe in the future that will change. Yeah, so they're kind of like that. So being able to see like a real documentary series about these groups is like amazing, especially on Netflix and especially internationally. Ride on Time has 2 seasons on Netflix right now. I think that's all that exists. It originally aired on TV in Japan, but they put it on Netflix. It's like a bunch of mini documentaries that last a few episodes. So you will see like 3 or 4 episodes like per group or per subject, and it's like a deep dive into like a specific event that they're doing, or just like following them as something happens. So for example, the first few episodes are going to be about King and Prince, and it's going to be about their like debut in like 2018, I think. There's also a set of episodes about the people who build like these amazing stages for their concerts and stuff like that, which is really interesting. There are episodes about this huge musical, Endless Shock, by Domoto Koichi like runs, and you get like a really behind the scenes look at that. There's so much. There's stuff about the juniors, like the trainees, who you get to see like how hard they work and like if they're going to be able to achieve their dream of debuting, and it's just, it's so good. And if you just want to like watch stories about people working really hard and working towards their dreams, like watch this. My favorite group is News, and they do have 3 episodes, so definitely check out those. But it made me fall in love with so many different groups. Like there are juniors that I really got to know, and there's this group called Snowman that I really wasn't like super sold on, but there's a few episodes about them doing a musical, which was amazing and really endeared me to a few of them. And it's just, it's so good. I have such a good time watching this. It's amazing. It talks about all of the hardships, like hiatuses that anybody has gone through, losing like members of their group, and just like working towards achieving their dreams. And it is so good. Like if you don't care about idols at all and you just like stories about like people working hard to achieve their dreams, like watch this. Ones that I really recommend are all of the King and Prince episodes, because King 3 is like so good. Definitely the News episodes, because the News they're my boys. And then the Stones episodes, the Stones episodes are about like their debut, which is really cool. And they also do the opening to the new Inuyasha anime, so that's where you might have heard them before. So yeah, definitely check out Ride on Time if you're like interested in like J-pop or idols or anything like that, because it's so good. It's so good. Yeah. Those are my top 5 favorite non-anime Japanese shows on Netflix. I hope you enjoyed my like ramblings, especially that last little bit. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you have watched any of these like shows, or if there are any other really good dramas that maybe I haven't seen, or I didn't talk about on Netflix that you really like, that you think I should check out. And please let me know in the comments. Alright, so if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more like manga, bookish, nerdy, Japanese stuff from me, and click that notification bell so you can be notified right when I upload a new video. That is all I've got for you guys today. I'm Chrissy Lou. Till next time, matane!